Hello everyone and welcome back to our Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie and today I'm gonna go through my accounts that are in KvK right now or will go in the future in KvK, the one in 1682 and the one in 2155, and those are the 5 marchers that I want to use on the field. And I'm also gonna show you the 6th march if it's gonna come to that, because recently, from my understanding with the crystal tech, it is very easy to obtain a 6th march, to unlock it from the crystal tech. Me personally, I would prefer to bring a 6th march on the field, especially if you have the commanders, if you have the gear, if you have everything, rather than trying to progress a little bit more on the tech, get more damage or more attack or something like that. I would rather just have a 6th march right there and just swarm with 6 marches. But the main idea of the video is for the 5 marches, like which are the 5 marches that I will do on these 2 accounts. So this will be the first account that I'm going to go through. This is the account in 2155, and this is the crystal tech that I was telling you about. It is very easy now with the new changes to get the 6th march, and that will be really cool. As I mentioned, I would really love, I hope by the pass 7, when the pass 7 unlocks it, I will have the 6th march. That would definitely be very nice. And if I've done the calculation right, I will be able to get it and I'll be able to rock solid on the field. This will also help you if you're trying to figure out how you should pair your marchers. Maybe you have commanders and you just don't know how to pair them, or maybe you don't know which commanders you want to work on next. This video can give you some of that idea, what you should work on next. Another important thing that I have to say at the beginning, this is for field battle specific, right? There is players that are really enjoying Ark of Osiris, for example, or various other aspects of the game, such as just playing 1 versus 1, maybe even Olympia. This is strictly for field battling in Season of Conquest. With any variations that I'm gonna keep saying, 2 marches will never going to change. So this is 1 march that will never going to change, is Gilgamesh and Nebu. I have a max kill Gilgamesh and a max kill Nebu, Gilgamesh being first, but now for Sunset Canyon purposes I have Nebu first, and there's not going to be this accessory. It's going to be a ring and a horn. This is for Sunset Canyon purposes. And the 2nd march that will not change is going to be Guan Yu and Alexander. This is the equipment on Guan Yu. It might change because I have coin. Yep, I do have a coin, so the coin will definitely go on Guan Yu, but as I said, Sunset Canyon purposes for now is just like that, and obviously much better equipment, but also for Sunset Canyon I have to split it around to have enough legendary for all of them. These 2 marches will never going to change, whichever variation I'm gonna keep mention. The other marches that will keep changing is going to be the Cavs, and when I'm introducing Trajan. So my first go-to option, Gilgamesh and Nebu, Guan and Alex, and then going with Saladin and Trajan. Saladin is somewhere over here. Going with Saladin first and Trajan being as a 2nd in command. Chandra Gupta and William, and then doing Bertrand and Nevsky, or Xi and Nevsky, and probably just switch it around a little bit, like start with Xiang Yu and see how fast it is. A lot of players told me that Xiang Yu with Nevsky is way too fast. He always gets right in the front, he goes around when you're swarming the target and he just gets pounded from the other side. The reason for Chandra is very simple. I just want to bring the debuffs from his 3rd skill, and when Chandra is using his primary skill, because he also has the skill talent tree, so that means that race generation is not going to be a problem. It will boost William, and William does AoE. If you're in a murder ball, you will hit 3 targets and it will just boost his primary damage. You can also put Nevsky as a 2nd to Chandra, it will be the same effect. I usually like marches to have AoE. I'm not sure if you noticed that. Xi has AoE, William has AoE, then you have Guan and Alex AoE, you have Gilgamesh and Nebu, Nebu has AoE. Only Trajan doesn't have AoE, or Saladin and Trajan. And the Saladin and Trajan process is to bring Trajan so I can buff with rage and skill damage my marches, because all my marches have skill damage, and to also protect him to not get such bad trades, protect him behind Saladin, and this way Saladin will also not be very fast and hopefully will not go around the target. So I haven't tested this because I wasn't in KvK. So this is why I'm saying a lot of variation of how I'm gonna try this, because I need to test them first to see how these commanders will react on the field, and then I'll probably adjust. But these are solid options that you can go with. Now the second option that I was thinking about is bringing Trajan and Mulan, because I have Mulan, I have her museum, and Mulan with the museum now, she's really great. It gives you 10% health in the museum and 10% skill damage reduction. You have 5% all damage reduction over here. Then you have the buffs from Mulan, which are pretty amazing. Damage increase on the target. And if you're using Trajan first, you'll also benefit from the third skill of Trajan with the damage increase, because if you're using Trajan second to Saladin, you're gonna put all Cavs. So this damage taken increase on the target will go away. So this is the downfall of putting Trajan as a second, but you'll also get better trades overall, and you'll keep the buffs, the skill damage buffs and the rage that you're probably looking for. Make Saladin even more tankier than before. If people want to pick on your Saladin, he'll definitely not gonna go down so fast, that's for sure. Now if I'm going to bring Trajan on the field, as I mentioned, Guan and Alex, Gilgamesh and Nebu, those marches will never gonna change. It will be Trajan and Mulan will be the third march, and then I have options. And the options that I was thinking about, I also have Bertrand, by the way, which I haven't included him yet. I was thinking about Saladin and William. I really like Saladin. The 50% march speed reduction if you have a max skill is a really beast to use. Saladin and William, so I can have the AoE from William, the buffs from William, from the 4th skill, the buffs from Saladin, so on. And then Chandragupta with Nevsky, because you definitely want to bring Nevsky. He is a beast of a commander, right? He hits like a truck. Definitely want to bring him on the field, and again benefiting from the debuffs. So with the 40% damage increase, Nevsky will hit even harder. Whichever target you're hitting, it will definitely feel it when Nevsky is gonna hit it. So that way you kind of have quite a lot of buffs and debuffs as well, while also having a lot of nuking power for that target. Now another thought process about this lineup is William provides 15% march speed, Saladin has 5% march speed, that's 20% march speed. Chandragupta has no march speed, Nevsky has 20% march speed. 20% march speed, 20% march speed. So 2 marches are gonna be balanced on march speed. And then you have Trajan, which obviously is gonna be pretty slow, and you have the other 2 marches. So you're not gonna have one march that will just go really fast and will probably just circle around when you're trying to swarm a target. That was the whole thought process behind this one. Now the third variation that I was thinking about it is with 3 cav marches, which I even done the equipment. I have the equipment for 3 cav marches. Again, Guan and Alex, Gilgamesh and Nebu, and the 3 cav marches. Saladin and William is gonna be the first. Then we have Chandragupta and Nevsky, which is gonna be the second. And then the third one will be Xiangyu and Bertrand. Xiangyu being first, and Bertrand being as a second in command. Xiangyu provides 15% march speed, and then Bertrand provides 10% march speed. So it will be the only march that it will go a little bit faster than the other 2 marches. But there is a trick with Xiangyu which might help you, is that Xiangyu does his skill rotation pretty fast, and when he does that, he's slowing himself, right? So if you just micromanage, like just Xiangyu, if you micromanage and you drag him back a little bit and then you hit the target, then there is a chance that none of your marchers might just circle around, because Saladin and William and Chandragupta and Nevsky I already talked about, they both have 20 march speed, 20 march speed. Xiangyu and Bertrand will have 25. So as a march speed wise, these 3 marchers will be pretty balanced. And then you have Guan and Alex and Gilgamesh and Nebu. And if I would bring a 6th march on the field, that would be Trajan and Mulan. And I think that this third variation will work the best, because as puny as Bertrand looks, he's really not that bad, to be very honest. Not one of the best commanders, that's the truth, but he's not that bad either. I kind of like him a little bit. And I think with Xiangyu, considering that Xiangyu does really fast skill rotation, I think it will work pretty well. And Beltrand also brings 20% defense. Then you have damage taken reduction, you have cav health, you have a little bit of attack. So quite a decent amount of bonuses that you get from Bertrand. You get damage factor 700 and also reducing the rage. I believe it's also 20 rage per turn, because this lasts for 3 turns, so that's 60 rage reduction. And then you strike back and you also get reduced kill damage. So I think Xi and Bertrand will be a pretty decent combination. Pretty much similar what people were trying to do when Jadwiga came out, like doing Xiangyu and Jadwiga as well. Also Bertrand being conquering. If you're swarming flags, you have damage bonus, and cavalry units gain 1% damage boost for 15 seconds per 10 seconds in battle. Well, obviously you can't swarm a flag for that long, because probably your march will die, or you're gonna burn the flag. So Xi and Bertrand will also work very, very well if you're about to swarm a flag. You have Chandra Gupta and Nevsky, and also conquering Saladin and William. So only good options that you can get over there. Alright, now that I'm done with this account, let's go on the other account and let's see how I'm going to equip for battle, which marches and pairings I will do for People Please in Season of Conquest. They are all named Legend Ronnie now. All my accounts are named Legend Ronnie, so I try to remove the confusion, because people don't know one Legend Ronnie. They don't know all the story and everything behind it, so all my accounts are Legend Ronnie. Now, let's see which 5 marches I will use over here. And the same thought process is going to be for this account as well, going for 6 marches, because I have the equipment for 6 marches. So on the Crystal Tech, when I will be able to unlock the 6th march, I will definitely put 6 marches on the field. And my 6th march will also consist of Trajan and Mulan. I will reset Mulan and I will do her as a 5-5, so I can get this sweet damage reduction. And then experience doesn't really concern me, and the 4 skill. So it's going to be a 5-5, 1-1 Mulan, and I'm going to use her like this because the museum will work. And the museum is 10% health and 10% skill damage reduction. So my Trajan will be very, very tanky. And that's exactly what I want, because people will pick on Trajan for good traits. And this is kind of the thought process of putting Trajan and Mulan and just try to retreat him or save him when it's possible. Try to save him. Now let's do the 5 marches first, and then I'm going to complete the rest of the 6 marches when I'm bringing Trajan and Mulan. It's pretty straightforward. I have Guan Yu and Alex, similar as the previous account. Then I have Ramses and Nebu. So these marches will never going to change, and the 3rd march that will not going to change is Artemisia and YSG. Artemisia will be max skill. I'm getting rank 1 in the Mightiest Governor. I've done a live stream about it. And with the difference of the universals, I will max skill Artemisia. It's going to be Artemisia and YSG. This is the 3 solid marches that will not change. Now, things that might change a little bit is Nevsky. Nevsky will also be max skill before the fighting starts. I preserve the sculptures. I don't just go ahead and keep using them whenever I have the occasion. I like to save up and just use them when it's right. Now the 4th march is going to be Nevsky and William. Now the problem here is that William has a lot of march speed. So I'm not sure how exactly this is going to play out, because again I haven't tested commanders that have this high march speed. So I'll have to test it on the field and then I will know better. But the first idea of how I want to go out is going to be Nevsky and William and Saladin and Trajan. Same as the previous account. I want to put Saladin with Trajan so I can bring those rage buffs and those skill damage buffs from Trajan. If this is not going to go very well because either Nevsky is too fast or he's always a target, my plan was to go with Saladin and William, and then Saladin only has 5% march speed, and this guy, since it's only 5311, that's only 9%, that's 14% march speed. And after that, go with Nevsky first and Mehmed as a second in command. Mehmed with the museum gains 20% health and 5% skill damage. So this is 25% skill damage that you get from Mehmed over here, which is a big boost for Nevsky. And then you get the AoE You get the troops capacity as well. So really good options to go with Mehmed as well. Another thought process was, why not go with Saladin and Aethelflaed? I mean, everybody knows Saladin and Aethelflaed is really good, but I really like these rage buffs and the defense, and then you get an AoE, march speed reduction, and also negates the extra skill damage. So William is a really kind of essential key commander that you want to bring on the field. I know Aethelflaed is really good, it is important. Her AoE and debuffs are important, but so is William. And William does more damage. William also has this instant with 600, pretty good commander. I would want to max William as well, but I'm just lacking sculptures right now. So that was the second thought process. If Nevsky and William is going to be too fast, just do Nevsky and Mehmed. It's going to be really solid to bring more AoE on the field, and I think that would be a pretty interesting march to use on the field as well, with all this skill damage, because Nevsky will literally empower Mehmed. After Nevsky is firing off, is triggering, so 35% more skill damage Mehmed when he does his AoE. That's really nice when you think about it. It's also the skill talent tree, so that's even more skill damage for Mehmed. So overall, the idea is really nice. So these were the 5 marches. This is kind of the options that I will have with this account. Saladin and Trajan, Saladin and William, Saladin and Aethelflaed, and then Nevsky and William, Nevsky and Mehmed. I could probably do Nevsky and Double C as well, but that's extra 10% march speed, which I really don't want to have. It's going to be too much march speed to do Nevsky and Double C. Even though with the museum, Double C is pretty strong, single target, gets more health and so on. A lot of attack from Double C when you think about it, 55%. So a lot of good things from Double C right now with the museum. But I think Mehmed will just bring a lot more on the table, considering the AoE value on the murder balls, than Double C. So this is kind of the thought process. Nevsky and William, Nevsky and Mehmed, the options that I have on this account. And then when I bring the 6th march, Trajan and Mulan. Even that my Mulan is not maxed, I still think it will be pretty solid to use Mulan as well for some extra stats, extra debuffs on the target as well. And I have the equipment for all 6 marches. You probably saw as I was keep clicking on them. I have equipment for Trajan, I have equipment for Guan Yu, for Saladin. So it's all really solid and well equipped. Just in case you need some options, some advice, some ideas how you should pair up your marches. I've always get really good results when it comes to the field. I kind of specialized for that particular role, like field fighting in KvK. I'm obviously really good in Arc as well, or Osiris League when I want to. You probably seen on the live stream like me not performing so well. I play for sculptures. If there is not a solid plan, if there is not a serious thing about Ark of Osiris or Osiris League, I just play for the sculptures and just go from there. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? What marchers are you using? What is your plan to do for your next KvK, for your next field fighting marches? Until next time, this is your boy Legend Ronnie signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.